Hello, my name is Tracy, and I'll be training you today in the bookstore. First of all, thank you so much for volunteering today. We can't do this program without good volunteers like yourself, so thanks for being here. I'm going to overwhelm you a little bit with information, but the good news is that everything I talk about with you here this morning is written down. So between this volunteer hand guide, this binder for your CFO, and then what's referred to in the volunteer handbook as the employee handbook, these yellow sheets for each employee. Between all of this information, you should have everything written down in the literature of what I'm going to tell you today. So that's the good news. All right, first of all, in the bookstore, the goal of every business in BizTown is to pay off your business loan. The bookstore does that by selling inventory, and then your CFO will be making deposits into your bank account throughout the day. As citizens, each citizen's goal is to spend their money that they earn today in BizTown. So we have goals set up as businesses and as individual citizens for the kids today. We call them citizens because in our first meeting we tell them they're officially citizens of BizTown today. Okay, the schedule of the day is here, and we're going to have this posted on your tack board. These amounts of times tend to change depending on when the kids come and when they have to leave, but this is kind of how the day will flow. You don't have to worry about too much about the schedule because we will be getting on the microphone and announcing all of our meetings, when the breaks start and finish, when we change breaks. So this is here for your reference. In your first team meeting, you're going to be leading 4 team meetings today, and they're all outlined in this volunteer handbook. Everything you need to talk about is outlined here for each team meeting. During your first team meeting, you will hand them a sticker, sign them a sticker so they know which break to take, red, yellow, or green. The job titles are listed here, and that's how you know which sticker to give each employee. In the bookstore, you will have probably at least 2 employees. Depending on how big the group is, you may have 4 to 6 employees. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 positions in the bookstore, but like I said, sometimes they double up. If you only have 2 employees, sometimes it works out perfectly that you'll have just 4. Your CEO, and these are the employee handbook sheets, on each one of them describes the duties of each employee in the business. Each CEO in BizTown has a morning speech guide. They'll be delivering this speech at our first town hall meeting. So when the kids come, we will have a morning welcome meeting. Then we will dismiss you into your business with your team, and you'll lead team meeting 1. Right after team meeting 1, we open BizTown, and your citizens will start working and doing their morning work time. During that morning work time, your CEO will fill out this speech. Your CFO will start working on this computer. This is the CFO computer. And working towards setting up the business, which is listed here in the CFO directions binder, steps 1 through 12. We want them to get through steps 1 through 12 during that first morning work time. And when the CFO is doing that, your CEO and the other employees here, the product manager and the sales manager, all work as a team on the pricing sheet. You won't get your inventory until mid-morning, so we have photos of what's going to be delivered in your supplies from distribution. So you can use these photos of your inventory and this list to make out your pricing sheet. In the Biz Prep folder, we're going to give you a Biz Prep folder that has a lot of information in it from school, right at the intro meeting. In that folder, you will find a cost sheet. It's going to have your loan amount on it. It's the same amount that your CFO will enter into the computer when they're setting up the business. And you will be writing, your team will be writing that loan amount on the top line here on your cost sheet. When they make their prices, they just need to be mindful that this bottom line, once they add up all of their pricing, this bottom line needs to be a little higher than your loan amount so you can be successful in paying off your loan at the end of the day. So just kind of remind them when they're setting their prices that that's the goal, is to pay off their loan. They're going to use these little price tents. And when your inventory comes, and these markers to make price tags, when your inventory comes, you and your team will divvy up all of the items according to what's listed on these 3 bins. These 3 bins correspond with the breaks. There's a red, yellow, and green break, and they have 2 breaks today. Their lunch break and their afternoon break. The bin system is set up so that each citizen in BizTown has a fair opportunity to buy all of the items we offer here. So during the red break, your team will set these items out on the bench there, making the display with the price tents that they make. After the red break is over, they will take all the remaining items that didn't sell, put them back in the red bin, and maybe set it down here on the shelf or on the floor, and then they'll set out the yellow break items. Same thing, after the yellow break, they'll replace those with the green break items, and so on. That happens again for the second round of breaks, but that time, instead of putting the red things back here that didn't sell, you will just be adding inventory. So adding the yellow, then when it's the green break, adding the green break items. Your goal is to sell out of your inventory today, and hopefully you'll do that. There is a point of sale computer here. That's what this is. And in the Voya bookstore, this is the only business that accepts the Citizens debit cards. So they'll have 3 ways of paying for things today: a checkbook from school, a Visa debit card that the bank will be delivering in a little black bag this morning, and cash. They get $2 cash back with each paycheck. Your business is set up so that citizens can only use their Visa debit card here. So when they come, the citizen will pick what they want to buy. We have your employees walk them over to the point of sale computer. The instructions are listed right here. They're going to have the cursor blinking in this account number box, and then the citizen swipes their debit card. Then the account number and the customer name will auto-fill, and then your employee will type in the amount of the sales here in these boxes there. Then they'll calculate the total and hit the Verify Funds button. If the Verify Funds button comes up green and it says funds are available, then your employee will just hit Complete Sale and say thank you very much for your business, and the customer will be on their way. If the employee hits the Verify Funds button and it turns up red and says sorry, no funds available, then your employee will just need to explain to the customer that there's something going on with their account. For some reason, there's not enough funds there. Then that student or that citizen can come find one of us BizTown staff members, and we can look up their account on our back-end computer and figure out the problem. That's a rarity, but it does happen from time to time, so just let your employees know that. And then this is a really important aspect of selling items here in the bookstore. We have each sale documented on this bookstore sales record. So I always tell the kids it's easiest if you just have the customer themselves swipe the card and then have an employee stand here, write their name, account number, and the amount of the sale. And then this is how your CFO will deposit the earnings of the bookstore. Since it's a debit card, when this is full, has 8 items on it. When this record's full, they're going to take it off the clipboard, give it to the CFO, and the CFO will go to the deposits tab on the computer, and this too is all written down in the CFO binder, the directions for deposits. They'll put these in manually into the deposit ticket. Once they've filled it up with 8 items, they'll print the ticket, take the ticket and this record to the bank CEO and tell them that this is their first business deposit of the day. Your CFO should have about 4 to 6 deposits for the whole day. That's why we like to kind of wait till they fill up this ticket, put this record, and put all of these 8 items on each deposit ticket. So they can do it as they go. But I like to tell them to make a line through the customers, through the sale once they've put it in the ticket so they stay organized. Another thing that the CFOs have is an inbox. Your CFO will be receiving invoices from other businesses in BizTown, and your CFO will be paying bills throughout the day. That's also listed here in the binder, just how to do it. The software is very user-friendly. They go to pay bills. They'll be printing off checks, signing the checks, and then delivering them to the companies making payments throughout the day. So your CFO is going to be busy on the computer most of the day. They set up the company, they print out 2 payroll checks for each citizen, they pay bills, and then they deposit the income, and that's how you will pay off your loan. All the citizens need to eat and drink in the restaurant area. You, however, can eat and drink here in your business. If you have a child here today, you can find out what color break they're on, and you can go have a lunch break with your child. You can eat and drink in here, and you're welcome to have free popcorn and lemonade throughout the day. I think that's about it. Oh, you have a raffle. I always forget the raffle. This is another thing the citizens of BizTown can purchase here. And they just fill out their guess and their name of how many macaroni noodles are in this jar. We call it the estimation station raffle. So this can be set up on the display along with the other items as well. I think that's about it. And don't forget, we will be here to help you along the way. Look for one of us friendly BizTown staff members to help you. And again, thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a great day.